Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So happy that you're here. Today we're going to talk about the one and only Jardin Majorelle and why it is a tourist trap and you should absolutely not go. All right, so again, like with a lot of things have changed in Marrakech, things have changed in Jardin Majorelle, and I'll give you a little bit of background. So I wanted to go because obviously saw it on Instagram, really beautiful. There's a Majorelle blue, studio. It's electric blue. It's awesome, really good for photos. Anyway, so I wanted to go, but I also wanted to go because obviously the garden was started in 1920 by Pierre Bergy. And then it was basically refurbished and taken over by Yves Saint Laurent and his partner in like the 1980s. So yeah, it was really interesting to me and I was interested in the history of it. And there's also the Berber Museum on site, which has a lot of indigenous artifacts and information about the local population. So I was super interested in going. So when I went first thing in the morning, so it was like 8 a.m., and I basically had the place all to myself. Now this, I didn't make a reservation either, and this was in 2023. Yeah, sorry, it's a while ago. So I loved it. It was empty. I got to walk around at my leisure. Fast forward to 2025, my now ex-partner had never been and really wanted to go. So this time around, we had to book tickets like a week in advance. It's one of the most visited gardens or attractions in the entire country. So it is packed. It gets over 1 million visitors a year. So you have to book tickets in advance. You cannot go the same day. And if you do want to go, spoiler alert, you should book your ticket with the Yves Saint Laurent Museum because if you book them together, you get a discount. Anyway, I digress. So we booked our tickets in advance, and full disclosure, the garden is small. Like, it is not big. You can walk around like a half an hour. Like, there's 300 species on site, which is pretty cool, but it's not big. Like, it's probably less than like an acre. And it was absolutely packed, like to the point where you cannot walk around on your own. Like, I literally had people telling me, you cannot walk this way, you have to walk in the other direction. So that kind of ruined it for me. I mean, first of all, I can't walk freely around the garden. Second of all, it's absolutely packed. I mean, packed with people. Like, you feel almost claustrophobic because the garden isn't big to begin with. And then on top of that, you can't really move around because there are these huge queues of people and they're basically waiting to take Instagram photos. So if you actually want to take a photo, you have to sit there and wait 10 to 15 minutes before you can take any photo. To say that it detracts from the joy of the experience is the understatement of the century. I asked my partner, because like I personally, after the experience, I was like, this place sucks. Like, I'm never recommending it again. It's a giant tourist trap. I know better places to go where there's nobody around. But my partner really enjoyed it. So, and he was really grateful that he went. My ex-partner. So, take what I say with a grain of salt, but personally, like, I wouldn't go. I think it's way overhyped, way overrated. Doesn't matter when you go, it's gonna be absolutely packed. And if you do though, like if it's one of those things like you have to go and you're gonna be really upset if you don't, I would say make sure you book your tickets online from the specific site. Like, there is a site, that's the only place you should book them. Don't book them on Get Your Guide or Viator. Like, book them directly from the website. Book them at least a week in advance, and then make sure you show up at least 15 minutes early. While you're waiting to get in, obviously follow the directions. You can't freely walk around the garden. I would also wear whatever you want to be photographed in. So like if you have a fancy outfit or whatever, make sure you have that on and you're kind of like coiffed and your hair is ready and all that jazz. And then just be prepared for insane crowds and to wait a bajillion years for people to take their photos. And other than that, like, try to enjoy it as much as you can. The Berber Museum on site is interesting, but personally, I would say it's a skip. Like, it's not super big, and I didn't think it was worth the money. There are better museums in Marrakech for sure. So if it were me, I'd probably just walk around the garden, which is what we did the last time we visited, and then just kind of, leave. It's also good because, like, I don't know, I want to say it's a great escape from the Medina, but it's also insanely packed. Like, you're not going to have this place to yourself. Not going to happen. But if you are interested in the Ives Saint Laurent Museum, it is literally right next door. So you should absolutely buy a combo ticket. It's cheaper if you buy the two together. And then visit both at the same time because they're both kind of outside of the Medina. It's probably, I would say, I don't know, maybe like a 20-30 minute walk from Bab Dukala. So yeah, I mean, you could definitely walk there, but most people probably take a taxi or they'll take the bus. And so it's a little far removed. But personally, I think it's a tourist trap. I personally would not recommend going, especially now. First time I loved it. Now I'm like, not so much, never again. If you want a recommendation for a place that you can go that is just as beautiful and that basically has no crowds and it costs like a fraction of the price, that's the other thing. Like, this place is not cheap. Like, they've jacked up the price a ridiculous amount, and now I personally think it's very overpriced and overrated. But if you want a recommendation for a cheaper, better garden with fewer people and really, really, really cute cats, comment below and I will give you that recommendation. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I am so happy that you're here, and as always, I am happy to give you practical Morocco travel advice for your next trip. And thanks for watching. Have a great day.